Patience is often misunderstood. We think it means waiting longer, enduring more, or delaying our happiness. But true patience is something else entirely. It is not passive, it is not resignation, and it is not the absence of desire. Patience is alignment with timing. When manifestation feels delayed, it is rarely because life is withholding. It is usually because something is still organizing beneath the surface, quietly, intelligently, and beyond what the mind can see. Today we explore patience and timing, not to wait longer, but to suffer less while life unfolds. Take a slow breath, let the body soften, and allow this moment to arrive fully. Manifestation is not only about intention, it is about readiness. You can plant a seed in the ground, but no amount of urgency will make it grow faster. Pulling it up to check its progress doesn't help. It disrupts the process. Yet this is exactly what we often do with our desires. We plant an intention, then disturb it daily with worry, comparison, and doubt. Life coordinates most clearly when we stop checking and start trusting. Timing is not random, it is responsive. There are forces arranging conditions, relationships, and inner shifts long before something becomes visible. What feels like waiting is often preparation. And preparation is not delay. It is intelligence in motion. If your body feels tense right now, let this next part be slower. Patience is not about doing nothing. It is about less interference. When impatience arises, it usually carries a hidden message. I don't trust that life knows what it's doing. But life does not rush seasons. It does not hurry sunsets. And it does not force outcomes before their structure can hold them. Patience allows what is forming to become stable. When you align your energy and then step back, life begins to coordinate what you cannot see. There comes a moment when you realize you've been holding a dream so tightly, it feels like holding your breath. The day you finally exhale, the day you stop checking and start trusting, something shifts in the field around you. Synchronicities begin appearing like flowers after rain. Not because you have done more, but because you have finally stopped doing too much. So how do we rest inside this space without gripping? How do we soften into the rhythm of natural timing? 3 gentle practices create this spaciousness. They are invitations, not requirements. Ways to return to trust when your heart forgets. Practice 1. Acceptance. Acceptance is not giving up. It is naming what is here without resistance, without the need to change it immediately. When you resist the present moment, your energy tightens. When you accept what is, flow returns. There is a quiet wisdom in this understanding. When you struggle against this moment, you're actually struggling against the entire universe. Notice what happens when you stop arguing with now. You can still hold a vision. You can still move forward. But acceptance softens the internal struggle that says, this shouldn't be happening this way. When resistance dissolves, energy stops leaking into frustration and becomes available for clarity, trust, and grounded action. Practice 2. Attunement. Attunement is returning to your core self daily. It is remembering who you are beneath the wanting, beneath the waiting. When you are present with yourself, coherence rises naturally. You stop chasing and start aligning. 3 breaths, hand to heart. Whisper your intentions softly, like a prayer you're offering to the morning air. This becomes your anchor in the morning, a gentle reset before important moments, a way of tuning your energy to clarity rather than anxiety. But here's what matters. You're not using attunement as a ritual to force timing. You're using it to remember that you are already whole, already guided, regardless of what has or hasn't arrived. Practice 3. Allowing. Allowing is releasing the timeline. It is trading "when will this happen" for "let it arrive in right time, in right form." Timelines often come from fear. They come from the part of us that believes we must control the flow of life to feel safe. But trust opens pathways you cannot see. Trust invites possibilities your mind hasn't imagined yet. At the end of each day, offer this simple line: I hand this back to life for right timing. Step outside if you can. Let yourself be held by something larger: sky, stars, the quiet presence of trees. Notice the small signs that life is moving, even when you cannot see the full picture. A kind word from a stranger, a book that falls open to the right page, a moment of unexpected peace. The practice here is not to bypass taking action. You still take the next kind step. You still show up for your life. But you do it from a place of trust rather than urgency, from alignment rather than anxiety. Once these practices begin to settle in your body, daily life becomes the teacher. The waiting becomes the practice. The uncertainty becomes the invitation to deepen your faith. When you begin to live from these 3 practices, something subtle begins to change. Your urgency softens. Your breath deepens. Your inner world becomes quieter, steadier. You no longer feel like you are racing life. You begin to feel in conversation with it. Moments stop feeling late. They start feeling intentional. You notice that what once felt like waiting now feels like preparation. What once felt like silence now feels like something listening. Life no longer feels like a test you must pass or a puzzle you must solve. It begins to feel like a rhythm you are learning to move with. You trust timing. You trust coordination. You trust that what is unfolding is not random. It is responsive. And patience stops being something you try to practice and becomes something your body remembers. Imagine standing at the edge of a tide. If you rush forward, you lose balance. If you step back, you miss the moment. But when you move with the wave, it carries you naturally. Your life unfolds the same way, not by force, not by pressure, but by meeting each moment with presence. Over time, you stop waking with the quiet tension of, "What's next?" or "Why hasn't it happened yet?" Instead, there is a grounded calm that whispers, "You are on time." You are supported by a wisdom that understands your needs more deeply than the mind can. Remember this: I align. Life coordinates. Your work is to align with your deepest truth, to breathe, to soften your body, to take one kind step at a time. Life's work is everything else. Trust the quiet spaces. Trust the pauses. Trust the gentle unfolding that happens when you stop pushing and start allowing. Let your outcomes meet you rather than chase them. Let your dreams find you in the space of surrender. Keep it simple. Breathe. If this brought you a moment of peace, take one gentle breath right now. Let it settle in your chest like a seed of trust. If you feel called to explore this deeper, the video on detachment will show you how letting go creates even more space for life to flow. You are so much more than you think you are. Thank you for sharing this time and this space with me today. If this resonated, please consider subscribing for more gentle reminders and practical spiritual insights.